Hey, don't you want to try this very new, very fresh, totally not released three-time asymmetrical horror game called Home Sweet Home Online?
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
No, but seriously, I think people should really give this game another try. And it's totally not because NA servers are dead and I'm trying to get people to see how fun it is so I don't have to queue 280 ping Asia games with my camera flicking every other second. Ooh, ooh, ooh. It, no, really, it's not the reason. Trust. On a serious note, Home Sweet Home is in a decent spot right now and definitely deserves another chance. They just did a balance patch and I think they adjusted a decent amount of problems that the game had. I'm gonna give some pros and cons and then you'll decide. Oh yeah, Tay is so smart and he makes such good points. Let me download and play with him. Okay, did you write that down? So my first pro is it's very fun and has challenging gameplay when you factor in having to loot items to extend chases. You have your stun items, you know, you can block a little doorway, a nut punching wardens, etc., so on and so forth. It's fun. My second pro is their stamina system adds a bit more depth to the game and a little oomph to chases, so you're not able to infinitely brain dead run. It's cute. It just has, you know, something extra to look at. My third pro is the game is very fun with friends due to the whole teamwork aspect, and certain characters sort of require comms to excel, if that makes sense. My fourth pro is the game has a lot of different characters with different abilities and playstyles. You have your healer Mew Mew, or you have your passive character Nipa who does rituals like really fast and she's able to see where the warden is for a certain amount of time. Or, you know, you have your ass wipe Dons who stun the killer for a million years with the Rattan, and, you know, the list goes on. Definitely a lot of interesting characters. Another pro is they have amazing cosmetics. Like, their skins are top notch, adorable, in my opinion. Like, they just, every single time they hit with the skins, like, it should really be studied. Another pro is as someone who is usually a survivor main, killers actually have very fun kits and are actually really interesting to play as. So definitely give that a go. My last pro is even with prior Asymm knowledge, Home Sweet Home is such a different game that some things don't even really transfer over. Meaning there is definitely a lot to learn and a lot to perfect and a lot to just genuinely have fun with. That's the end of my pros. So now we're on to the big boy, the cons. My first big one is the game is kind of hard to get into. I personally don't think their tutorial does it any justice, but there are a few guides and wonderful NA and EU players sprinkled around that are definitely willing to help you improve. So it's kind of like a con and a pro. Um, My second con is Survivor can feel really unfair until you actually take a dip into play on Warden, and it's kind of like, oh, so that is really annoying. Interesting. Okay. My third con is even as an indie company, they fall into this whole gotcha thing, which I am not a fan of at all. I don't like gambling. Just let me buy what I want to buy and let that be that. But unfortunately, they do have the whole gotcha thing, but they're usually great cosmetics, so I mean, I guess. Another con is there's a language barrier due to them speaking Thai, so information to us is delayed or sometimes not even, you know, given. There used to be somebody in the community, I'm not really sure if they still play or are around, but they used to kind of like translate certain things for us so we got the information earlier. But I'm not really sure where they are, so we don't really get translations anymore. Another con is they focused a bit too much on this 4v4 mode that nobody cares about. If you don't know, the 4v4 mode was kind of their big selling point, I guess, of their release last year, but nobody really enjoyed or cared about it. So And that's even on Asia's server where most players are. And they still rarely played the mode. So, yeah, it was a cute attempt, I guess. And that brings it into our con section. At the moment, I don't really have anything off the top of my head because this recent patch has actually been really good and I've actually been enjoying the game even on 280 ping. Hoping more NA players come. A guy can dream, right? This last point, I'm gonna call it the middle ground point. I'm not really sure if it's a pro or a con. I don't really know where it lies. But a year ago, when they released the game, they introduced a new feature called relics. Every killer and every survivor has a personalized relic, and at certain levels, they can be shared with someone. So you can also use that relic on different characters as long as you have charges. I think the balancing on the relics is very fucking wonky. Specifically, my favorite Mew Mew relic that they nerfed to the fucking ground and they spit and shat on it, stumped it in the ground, plated it, and then presented it to us like it was a fucking souffle. I'm still mad about that. Like, that was my relic. Like, oh, I love that relic. But when I say I think balancing on those are wonky, it's in the sense that survivors will have to wait like maybe 120 seconds or more for a relic to come off cooldown, but wardens will only have to wait a minute max, maybe 80 seconds max for their relic to come back. And that's where I have a problem with it. I don't think that's really fair. I don't know. I can't tell if it's a pro or con. And it's kind of like another problem I have with the relic system is relics that heal you or prolong your chase in any sort of way or let you take an extra hit in any sort of way is always going to be superior. No matter what you do, no matter how you balance it, they're just always going to be superior. Just recently, a Zika relic was nerfed, and basically what that relic did was when you drank a energy drink, instead of giving you like the full stamina boost, it'll give you a little bit of health with a little bit of stamina, but you won't get the speed boost initially from the energy drink. And they just recently had to nerf that, not into the ground, but it was a pretty decent nerf. And yeah, I just have a problem with the relic system in general. I don't think it's really fair because some are always going to be better than others, and there's no way for you to get certain relics without having to buy those characters. Like, they don't have like a little section in shop where you can, hey, I want to buy this relic, but I don't want the character type shit. Yeah, but that's my problem. I'm middle ground with that. I don't know if it's a pro, I don't know if it's a con. I guess it's for you to decide. But yeah, that brings that into this video. Hopefully that hopefully that made somebody want to download. Please, guys, I'm desperate. I want to play on NA. It's actually a really fun game. Like, genuinely, guys. I'll eat like if any NA players are out there and you want to organize some fucking NA games, let me know. I am so down to organize NA games, and I have people who are so down to play, but we can't get a full fucking group. Like, bring NA back or something. I don't fucking know. But that's been the end of this video. If this does even semi well, I'll go into what the characters do. For anybody who is not updated, I'll do a little video on what characters do or what I think their spot is on the team. So, yeah, let me know. Stay gorgeous, stay hydrated, wish for the world. Mwah. I'll catch y'all later.